Yo, 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 yo. Oh, I forgot to bring the stream up on Twitch. Go ahead and get that going over there. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Skylar Twilight's in chat. What's up, Skylar? How are you? We're literally just hopping on, getting ready to start. Dun, dun, dun. All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? Enter ChazmaN here, back with another round of ChazmaN Live. Again, trying to get back into it. I know the last month or two, I've been kind of slacking, but we went on and we did some ChazmaN Live last week, and I'm back today. I do have about 4 videos for you guys. If you guys got any other stories or anything else you'd like for me to check out, again, as always, feel free to throw them my way. But like I said, for now, I've got a couple videos. A couple of things to let us dive into, just a couple of topics that I don't know, I feel are interesting. If you want to know, first video we're going to be watching is something more tailored to me, but this is a YouTuber by the name of Jay's 2 Cents. I've been watching him for a while. I like he more is like a computer guy, builds computers, knows about PC parts. He's going to be talking about a router ban, something about that. I honestly don't know anything. That's why I wanted to check this out. Then we had another little video from the Gaming Historian. He put out a video, which I don't know if I'd say fan, but I've been watching him for a while, and I do like his content. And then we've got 2 drama-oriented videos. We'll wait till we get to those. I don't even know where to begin when explaining those. One of them looks really juicy with our boy Moist Critical. He just dropped a video. We'll check that out. Oh, and if you can't tell, I'm going to be playing Mario Golf for this ChazmaN Live. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling Pokemon Pocopia. If you don't know, I don't see why you would. I'm a huge golf video games fan, and like something I often do, like I recently did when I went on vacation, I played some Mario Golf Super Rush. So, yeah, playing some like arcadey or realistic golf video games is huge. I love these type of games. But yeah, so what's up, everybody? Are you guys ready to go ahead and dive in? How long are we in? We're about 12 minutes into the stream. So yeah, like I said, first video we're going to be watching Jay's 2 Cents. Let's learn about this this weird ban, something about routers. I don't even know what he could even be like. I don't know anything about the subject whatsoever. I didn't know there was like a major ban on some kind of routers. You know what? I'm going to just turn off that. All right, there we go. All right, if you guys could, let me know how the audio levels are going to be. Oh, let me not forget to get rid of my banner. And let me go ahead and, actually, real quick, let me get a game going. Actually, how was I? Oh, I'm sorry. I totally blanked on how I was doing ChazmaN Live before. I was going to say, how am I going to play this game when this is like this? All right, we'll be an extra minute because now I got to figure out how I was playing the game before. So I think what I was doing was I was watching the videos from here. I was playing my games through here. And then let me move. Gosh, I totally blanked. I was doing things wrong before. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, so this seems like something I'm gonna have to work on. I'm gonna have to figure out how I did all my specifics before. Okay, okay, so this video is the same, it's just way smaller. Now my chat's gonna be all jacked up. Do I really need that much room for the chat? Let me go ahead and fix this real quick. I feel like that looks weird because the chat's so small. Like, I feel like it should be like this size. That looks fine. We'll roll with that. Alright, apologies. Are we all good? Does everything look solid? Goodness. I guess I can see my chat up on screen. Alright, here we go. Let's see. We're just gonna... Oh, already forgetting how to play this. I'm gonna play... Let me get a round going. I can play online golf? Goodness. Sure, let's do online. I apologize if you guys wanted to see more Pokemon Pokopia. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm already over that game a little bit. Let's just find a room. Sure. Let's play against Ender Guy. All right, here we go. Again, let me know how the audio levels are. Let's see what Jay's 2 cents has to say about routers. Oh, sorry. Just realized my audio's out.
So I want to make this video about the whole router ban thing. I've been watching for the last couple of weeks as it was sort of announced again. I'll say why I say again in a second. I've seen a lot of misinformation. I've seen a lot of misconceptions. I've seen a lot of just regurgitated wrong information. So I wanted to make a single point video that anyone searching for information regarding what's happening with the router ban can try and get some information about what is really happening. But considering this is another version of old people making laws about shit they don't understand, I'm gonna get a little help. This time from my friend Old Forester. If you're serious about your aim, your mouse actually matters more than people think. And this is Be Quiet's new Dark Perk gaming mouse. Now what I like is that they don't do the usual one shape fits nobody approach. You've got two options, the Sim, which is a classical symmetrical design, and started it.
I apologize,
the point is,
Jace.
it's happening now, and it's happening today
offense.
regarding foreign routers. Now you might be asking yourself, what does a foreign router mean? Well, honestly, it means any router for your internet or ISP device and gateway, etc., that is made outside of the United States, which is currently all of them. So now these quotes are specific from the FCC, or the Federal Communications Commission. It says, allowing routers produced abroad to dominate the U.S. market creates unacceptable economic...
Okay, so already it's seeming as though, so there's some sort of ban going on against routers not made in the U.S.? That seems kind of like a ridiculous thing to get bonkers over, considering... Yeah, like he said, I as far as I know, I don't think we make routers. But,
national security and cybersecurity risks. Basically, they're saying we're dealing with a time right now where digital espionage, digital war, all that stuff, cyber war is real. Like, this is really happening. So there's concerns about, like, exposure to cyber attacks and such if these routers that are made abroad
is anyone going to join
are
this
then
game?
Imported with these backdoor exposures or potentially harmful firmwares that are intended to basically, I guess, collect the information and then compile that and send it off to something else. Like, that's the biggest fear, is these routers are now just buckets of information collectors, sorry, almost knocked over my bottle, information collectors that can then be used for attacks, if you will. That's the real drive behind this particular ban. Now, what is currently affected by this? Well, what's good for sale right now is all existing models on the market today, and includes new manufacturing of existing models. So for instance, everything you see in the store today, or that you can buy on Amazon or at Micro Center or Best Buy or Walmart or whatever, all of those models are currently
All right, so existing routers on the market today are good to be imported, sold, and used. These already have FCC authorization. These includes newly made products of existing users. What is the impact of the FCC adding routers produced in a foreign country to the covered list? All new models of foreign-produced routers will not be eligible to receive FCC equipment authorization unless they are granted conditional approvals by DAO or DHS and therefore may not be imported or sold in the U.S. Foreign-produced routers that have previously received FCC authorization as shown by the FCC ID on the device may continue to be imported, sold, and used in the U.S. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just, like he was saying, it sounds like they're somehow worried about information, as always. Why don't we be King? I'm never King Bob-omb. Let's go ahead and try that. All right, Chad. Who are we gonna play against? Should we just do all ladies? Yeah, let's do all the ladies versus me. Yeah, King Bob-omb versus the ladies. Let's do Donk City. I haven't done that one in a while. We're gonna do all 18, of course. Let's do Pro. Wind, normal. Oh, I can't see the bottom selection. What is that? Special shots? Sure, we'll do special shots. That'll make it more exciting.
And fathered in. For as long as they exist. So what that means is if they make no changes to the hardware, they make no changes to anything that requires FCC validation and approval, can be sold indefinitely until changes happen where they have to then apply for FCC acceptance, if you will. We'll talk more about that in a second. That's not usually the case. Usually routers, because of Wi-Fi standards that change and protocol standards that can change, ISP needs that can change, obviously with now fiber being a thing, right? Fiber boxes, all that. You're going to see these changes happen as models improve. They're rarely going to stay the same model number
my goodness, it's
for
still
more
rolling.
than a couple of years. So any existing model can continue to exist and be sold and imported with no implications whatsoever regarding this new ban until they change something. Okay. All routers currently owned and operated can continue to be owned and operated. Could you imagine if this law was like, you got to give your routers back, or they suddenly stop working? Like that would be absolutely insane. So that is currently who's unaffected by this. Now the FCC quotes, this action does not affect any previously purchased consumer grade routers. Consumers can continue to use any router they have already lawfully purchased or acquired. I love that phrase, lawfully purchased, because I was like, who the hell would create a black market? You know what? I saw Steve's video about the black market GPUs, although that's the other direction, technically. That's a product that goes from China to the US and then can't go back to China, but whatever. This is about stuff coming from anywhere other than the US.
Laying on the green.
Which, in this instance, is going to be China. Nor does it prevent retailers from continuing to sell, import, or market router models approved previously through the FCC's equipment authorization process. So that's everything I just said, right? Everything that exists now and is already here, sold or not, is approved. Now, let's say you're the kind of person that's like, well, I've already got my new router, I've got my new gateway, I've got everything set up, I don't need to touch anything. Well, there are security vulnerability updates that happen all the time on routers, and if you never actually paid attention to it or ever updated any of your routers, you could be fully exposed right now, and you probably wouldn't even know it. But the point is, these updates do exist, and they exist for a reason, because routers are a central point of traffic and data going to and from whatever is connected to, specifically banks, hospitals, government buildings, stuff like that. Your home, you probably aren't worth hacking. Sorry, I know we all think we're the center of our own universe, but you are probably not worth hacking. But when it comes to like bank institutions and universities and stuff, routers and gateways are often the entry point for a lot of these kind of backdoor access to happen. Come March 1st, 2027, for all existing stuff that is grandfathered in, what's going to happen is you can no longer update those firmwares. No firmware is going to be allowed to be updated on any of the existing hardware. Now, I don't know if they're planning on revising this, because that's a year from now, a little less than a year from now. That's a long time. If they're worried about nefarious firmware and such on giving access intentionally for cyber sabotage and whatever, you just gave them like, hey, they got 11 months to get it in there, right? So that sounds really secure and great.
So wait, what is firmware? Let's just get to what it means for manufacturers, because I'm drawing a blank on what exactly
but Jay,
he's getting to. Oh, okay. Here it seems like he might be getting to the point. All right, so what am I trying to do? Trying to put on the green, but it's probably gonna hit the road. Oh gosh, it's gonna hit that house building. Land on the green. Oh. Stop. Hit it. Oof. Man, I blasted that shot.
What about American-made routers? Well, there was Netgear.
Yeah, I'm getting my butt whooped right now.
Netgear is an American company, but they have no existing American-made routers at all, period. And this has nothing to do with whether or not the company is American. It's like, let's say you got ASUS, you got TP-Link, there's so many brands now, right? There's so many brands. They're all made and manufactured overseas. Even if it's an American company, that doesn't grandfather you in on any of this. It's where the product is being imported from, which is 100% of all consumer products. Consumer grade routers comes from overseas. Now there are like some US based enterprise type routers, I guess, which are some brands I've never even heard of, like Adtran apparently offers American made routers, but this is enterprise level stuff. You're not going to go into Best Buy or Micro Center or Amazon and find these for consumer grade product. I mean, we're talking like major enterprise solution stuff for that. So yeah, this truly does affect everybody. Now, what does this mean for the manufacturers of these routers currently? Like, they're not making them in the US, so what does the future look like? Well, any manufacturer wanting to sell a foreign router in the US must apply for a conditional approval from the Department of Homeland Security. If they get permission, then they can sell here. Department of Homeland Security is not an entity really designed to handle this type of workload. Wind blowing here? Nor do I feel like they even truly understand this type of workload. Producers of consumer grade routers that receive conditional approval from DOW or DHS can continue to receive FCC equiment authorizations. No. So if you've ever taken an electronic apart, whether it be a phone, hell, even a VCR, it all has FCC approval numbers on it. In fact, remember on the back of the phones, like Apple hated it, but they had to put the FCC logo on the back of the phone. They found a way to get away from that now. Now it actually like appears in the about info when you go to the phone. But every single electronic device that sends and receives signal has to be approved through the FCC. Adding a layer of DHS on top of this is going to make this pretty damn impossible.
What does that mean?
Probably not impossible, but still, it's not going to be convenient. Inconvenient enough to where I have a theory that many of these brands right now are
audio's good, says Skylar Twilight. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry. I'm so fixed in on hitting the best shots. All right, let's use my ultimate power. Go gadget. Perfect shot. Be good, shot. Be good. Okay, not terrible. And it's a pretty straight shot. Here we go. Put a little more on it than I think. Booyah. I needed that bad.
Just going to extend the life cycle, like of how long current models are considered current and being sold, until maybe protocols and ISP needs change to the point to where they're forced into going through this process. But I think we're just going to see kind of a halt of new models of routers and stuff coming out because of the fact that they're going to want to continue to sell to consumers. But they're not going to want to spend them because this is not a free process. This process is not free for going through all these approvals and stuff. They're charged for this. So I think the brands, to try and keep this as simple and easy as possible, are going to just elongate the life cycle of the current models. So entities that are not affected by this current ban would be industrial, enterprise, and military hardware, but that's because they already fall under stricter rules and regulations regarding that for obvious reasons, because those are very They have a lot of sensitive information going through there. Okay, so let's talk about ISPs real quick. ISPs are probably one of the biggest entities when it comes to dealing with mass quantities of gateways and routers and such because of the combo units. Years and years ago, when you ordered internet, you just got a modem, and then the signal to the modem and the modem back to the data center, that was all they were responsible for. Getting that signal to your computer and a router and a Wi-Fi or a wireless or whatever, that was on you. And now power users like Phil and I, we like that. In fact, we always disable the built-in routing functions that come with the combo unit, and then we handle it ourselves. Like me, I have multiple switches in my home handling different speeds of internet. Like going to my office at home, I have 5 gigabit. Everywhere else in the home only has gigabit, because they're just on like their phones and doing like social media surfing and stuff. I want the 5 gig because it's on my desktop, and Steam and downloading things at 2.5 gigabits while also surfing the internet is amazing. Just saying. But my point is, it doesn't bother me if they end up going back to just providing a modem, but it would bother the average consumer. And I think many of you watching this right now would also appreciate just a modem and let you handle the rest of it. But this video is a little less intended for you and more about the passerby that's looking for information on what this ban means. And what this means is you might see ISPs go back to that, because those combo units and those routers and modem combos are also affected by this. So we got to ask ourselves, what does this mean to the ISP? What is going to be the least inconvenient method for them to continue doing business without interruption? And we think that might be going back to just modems, because modems are not affected by this. This is specifically routers and gateways. So if that happens, you got to ask yourself, like, what is an ISP capable of doing? Well, what they're capable of doing is potentially sourcing $1 million $40 cheap routers, getting DHS and FCC approval on it, and DOW approval, depending on which office they have to go through, and then saying, well, if you want to have a router in your home and have multiple computers and wireless connected, you got to buy our gateway.
Cow.
And now we're going to break that onto an extra charge of, I don't know.
Just got their Hylian shield, says Veronica
like
Rose. What's up?
Which is what they used to do in the past. If you've been around long enough, you'll remember when if you got broadband, they tried to charge you extra if you connected your own router to it. You used to even have to say how many devices you were connecting to it, because they wanted to try and charge you an upcharge based on how many devices you were doing. And there was always the fears that if you connected your own router to it and disconnected their gateway and did your own router, they would charge you. People might be looking at me right now like, Jay, what the hell are you talking about? That is absolutely the way it happened in the late 90s and early 2000s when DSL came out, and then cable internet. It is, if anyone that was subscribed to Time Warner knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly how they did it. We might see that model come back again.
What do you mean get the Hylian shield?
Hylian shield and what? The government's doing blah, blah, blah. So
get out of here,
we have
losers.
to do it this way, but it's actually a manipulative model allowing them to now pass more cost on to you, more than they're going to be incurring. So we already know how terrible the ISPs are in the U.S., and this almost seems like
that should have been an easy
for them to take advantage of us when they don't have to. But again, that's all speculation, but I'm calling it on this day. If this happens in the future, just know Jay called it. All right, guys, that's how it affects you. At the end of the day, you're probably not going to notice anything until you can't update your firmware, and you can't. You're going to be able to go buy new routers and such. I think these companies are going to go through the process. I just think for a while, you're not going to see any new stuff really popping up. So, and if you're the kind of person that doesn't update your firmware anyway,
dang it.
Enjoy your Trojan. I don't know. All right, guys, there you go. Does this feel like a whole lot of hoopla? Does this feel like a whole lot of fear-mongering? Or does this seem like something that is like truly needed to happen? Like this started years and years ago. It just now is coming up. So again, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Sign up in the comments below if you think this is a true security move or you think that this is just some...
All right, well, I'll be honest, that video, I found it kind of hard to figure out exactly what he was saying with the pros and cons with what was happening. Well, I guess there were no pros, but it seems as though that because there is a ban on many, or could be a ban on many foreign routers, that it seemed like the big takeaway he was saying, I guess in layman's terms, for what would be the downside of what's happening is that ISPs, your internet service providers like Xfinity or AT&T or whomever you have, might start, rather than allowing you to use your own routers when it comes to using their internet service, they might start requiring you to, I guess, only use maybe just your modem that they provide or something like that. Is that kind of what I was getting taking away from it? I don't know. That was, I got ice cream and chilling, said Odin and Salty. What are we talking about, said Veronica Rose? Oh, okay. Well, that was the first video we watched. I particularly put that one there because I figured that might be the most boring for everyone. But that was when I was kind of curious to see what he was talking about. There's some sort of U.S. possible ban that's happening on certain, on many, I guess, foreign-made internet routers. And as I explained, that's what it seems as though, like, the gist of how it could affect me or you is just, again, with your ISPs, rather than, which just has been in the past, them basically allowing people to kind of use whatever routers you want with whatever modem, or with their modem. I think maybe ISPs hatcheting down and requiring you to only use a modem, or maybe they won't allow like specific use of different kinds of routers. I don't know. It's a little confusing to me. That's probably something I need to look into a little further, but appreciate you, Jay's 2 cents. I always love your videos. Yeah, if you guys want, we'll go right into the next video. Who out there is a fan of the Gaming Historian? I've watched him, I'd say, a lot more in the past. It's probably been a minute since I've really tuned in, but I saw some sort of story that the Gaming Historian is going to be taking a break, possibly, from creating content, which it's a big deal. I mean, I used to watch, again, not a ton, but I watched a good amount of him, and I always liked his content. So let's see, he's got maybe a farewell video. This is kind of sad.
Hey everyone, it's been a while. I have some news for you. Today I'm announcing I will no longer be making Gaming Historian videos.
No!
There's nothing dramatic behind it, I promise.
He's been on YouTube for so long.
But I would like to explain how I came to this decision. Back in April of 2024, I wrapped up one of my biggest videos ever, the story of the Oregon Trail. I'm extremely proud of that video. It took years to make, and I was so happy to finally share it with the world. But with it came other feelings. I was burned out. The thought of starting a new project felt overwhelming. And at the same time, I felt like I was neglecting other parts of my life.
The age-old burnout when it comes to creating content. I hate to say it. I mean, I 100% get that. That, as always, seems to be like one of the most typical things that kind of scares off, like, I would at least say, larger creators that seem to be, kind of doing the thing. I mean, I would just say, like, I mean, again, I'm not on top of the content creation world, so I couldn't possibly understand that, but I definitely understand finding it hard to find a particular project or find what you're jumping into next. So I get it. Burnout happens a lot. I mean, how many other people have gotten burnt out? Like, haven't, like, PewDiePie? Get in there. Oh, darn it. I don't know. Let's see.
I knew something needed to change, but I didn't want to outright quit. I had been making videos for more than 15 years. Goodness. I had reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube. How could I walk away from something I worked so hard for? So instead, I decided to go part-time. It felt like the right move, and I assumed that after a few months, I'd get the itch again and make a new video. Over the next 2 years, I did a bunch of stuff. I practiced woodworking. I traveled. I played a ton of video games. I started a podcast with my wife, Kristen. I said hello to old friends, and sadly, I said goodbye to old friends. And all the while, to my surprise, that itch to make a new video never really came back. I definitely tried to make something else. I even announced it on social media.
Was that Pat the NES
but my
Punk?
heart just...
I'm pretty sure that was Pat the NES Punk there. Yeah. I need to watch more Pat. I used to really like Pat the NES Punk.
Just wasn't in it. and I knew that if I ever
Man,
finished
these ladies
that
are
video,
beating my ass
the
here.
quality would suffer. And that's when it finally clicked. I was ready to move on from the gaming historian. However, I am still making content. I have a history podcast with my wife, Kristen. It's called An Old-Timey Podcast. We tell each other our favorite stories from history and crack jokes along the way. If you're looking for an episode to start with, I'd recommend my episode on the Super Soaker.
Did I
Fun
really
fact,
lose it?
LJN was involved at one point.
LJN.
Please consider giving it a listen, but fair warning, it's not family friendly. You can find An Old-Timey Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Some of you may be wondering, Norm, what was your next video going to be about? Well, let me tell you. So back in 2020, I visited the National Archives, and I spent several weeks scanning every document related to the Universal versus Nintendo court case. If you're unfamiliar,
the Donkey Kong one?
1982,
Yeah, the Donkey Kong
Universal
one.
Studios sued Nintendo because they believed Nintendo's new arcade game, Donkey Kong, was based on one of their intellectual properties.
Well, glad I can actually explain this one to you guys. I mean, I basically what he said. Basically, Nintendo, upon using Donkey Kong, Universal Pictures ended up suing them. Like, again, word for word as he said, because they believed Donkey Kong was like had some sort of connection with King Kong, and so they ended up suing Nintendo, and it became like a big, huge thing. Get on the green, roll off, get on there. Where am I? Okay, not too bad. Which actually, fun fact, I do know a couple of things that came out of this. As you might expect, Nintendo would end up winning, so Donkey Kong would end up staying a thing. Actually, my own little tidbit, a little factoid. If you guys don't know, the lawyer that was behind the that represented Nintendo during this lawsuit from Universal, his name was Jack Kirby. So you guys might guess how Nintendo decided to celebrate him for winning the lawsuit for them. That's right, Jack Kirby is the guy that Nintendo, you got the name Kirby from. So there you go, my one little factoid that I know about this story.
King Kong. Ultimately, Nintendo won the case, and Donkey Kong became an iconic video game character. It's probably one of my favorite stories from video game history.
It's a great story.
A true
if you guys don't know
David
anything
versus
about it.
Goliath underdog tale. And my plan was to take all these documents.
Oh my goodness, that would have been such a great video. Because I actually do love that story. That really stinks to know that. That would have been a good video. I would have definitely ended up watching that. And on the green. Get on the green. Get on the green. Oh, stop. Okay, nice.
And make a video about the whole thing. But again, my heart just wasn't in it. So instead, I'd like to leave you all with a parting gift.
I cannot putt.
I've made all of these Universal versus Nintendo court documents available online.
I think I've heard the story before since
There's some
Twilight.
cool stuff in here.
Probably.
Game
Maybe,
design
I may have said it
docs,
myself.
sketches
at
from
some point.
Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto, courtroom testimony, and more. Everything has been uploaded to the Internet Archive. I'll include a link in the description below. I've also sent the files to the Video Game History Foundation. I guess that wraps it up. Thank you all so much for your support over the past 15 plus years.
Get up there.
Making The Gaming Historian was truly a life-changing experience.
Oh, dude, look
I
at
met
that shot.
so many amazing people, learned a ton, and made some pretty incredible memories. I will always cherish that chapter of my life. And don't worry.
Dude, I forgot about the gaming historian, his long hair days. That's how long I've been watching. I've been watching
This channel
forever.
isn't going anywhere. All of my episodes will still be available to watch. And with that, there's only one thing left to say. Thanks for watching.
No. Dang it, this is legit making me sad. What happened? Did I restart? I accidentally restarted. I don't want to replay this. These girls beat me. They beat me too bad. That really stinks. I really liked, again, I feel bad. I haven't watched him in a while, but, like, there was a time when I was watching nothing but, like, Angry Joe, AVGN, Pat the NES Punk, and, the Gaming Historian. They were good times. Battle Golf. Have I actually played Battle Golf before? I don't remember if I have. Alright, who are we gonna be, y'all? Let's be... Oh, shoot. We'll be Toad. I don't choose Toad that often. We're gonna go against Bowser. Here we go. And then... Yeah. Rush countdown on. Rush countdown off. Rush countdown on. Rush countdown off. Okay, I guess. I don't know if I've actually played this mode. But yeah, sad to see the gaming historian taking a... Hopefully he's taking a break and not totally giving it up. That'd be very sad. It's just content's just such a different thing now. It's so hard to make long form content that really does well. I don't know. That makes me incredibly sad. Alright, how long into the stream are we, y'all? We are 45 minutes already. Oh my goodness. Alright, what do you guys say? Let's dig into one of these longer videos now. So, here's our boy, Moist Crit. He's going to be talking about a huge scandal. Now, judging from the thumbnail, I already know who's in the thumbnail, so forgive me. I already know who he's talking about. But let's hear him dig deeper. There's some sort of scandal, and it involves somebody from the NFL.
There is a pretty big story that's unfolding in the NFL right now with a very famous reporter named Diana Russini, formerly of...
Oh, Diana Russini. I know who that is. Let me look her up. Diana Russini. I don't remember what she looks like. Diana Russini. Okay, she kind of looks familiar. Okay, she kind of looks familiar. I feel like I've seen her on NFL Network or something, like you said. Let's see.
Sports Center fame, now she's with The Athletic, and she was seen getting real close and comfy with Mike Vrabel, the Patriots head coach, at a
Oh gosh, what am I doing? I tried to pause.
Resort. There's quite a few pictures of them together holding...
Okay, so there's clearly some sort of drama with Diana Russini, Mike Vrabel. Like he said, Mike Vrabel is the head coach of the New England Patriots. Now, he has not been the head coach of the New England Patriots for long. I believe he's in his first year with them. But if you don't know, he's like a pretty well-respected player from the... Oh, shoot, we're supposed to be running. From the Patriots organization. Where's my ball at? Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh, what am I doing? Oh, gosh, what do I do? Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever played this mode before. This is kind of a headache. Alright, go for the green. This is fun. Oh gosh, I'm supposed to be moving. I can dash. Where's my ball? I'm probably getting my butt whooped right now. That was a really good shot. Dang it. Alright, where to next? Did I win somehow? Oh no, I don't think I won. Yeah. Leave me alone, monster. Okay, so Yoshi won that one. Okay, so let's dive into
hands,
this.
hugging, lounging by the pool in the hot tub, just the two of them.
So that's not really like, it's not really not allowed, right? I mean, what's the is the drama that Mike Vrabel is married or Diana Rossini is married? Interesting. Like I was saying, sorry, I got distracted. Mike Vrabel is a very well-respected former player in the New England Patriots. I don't know if he's Hall of Fame level, but he was a very good. He was with them for their big Super Bowl runs with Tom Brady and all of that stuff. But yeah.
And this is causing quite a stir because Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini are both married to other people. And the evidence provided here is causing a divide, with some claiming that this is clear evidence of cheating and others saying, no, this isn't scandalous. This is actually just normal business etiquette.
They are both married. Ah. Isn't that funny? Oh, I see what we gotta do. We gotta just get as many as you can all at once. Okay, run, go. Where's my ball? Where's my ball? Isn't that quite the turn, huh? I was expecting, I was like, well, what's the drama? Is the drama that they're married? Yeah, the drama is that they're married. Oh my gosh, where'd that ball go? Man, that really curves. Dude, this mode is hard. What is going on here? Dang it. Get in there. Dude, what is happening here? This is so chaotic. Alright, sorry, take it away, Moist.
She's just there trying to get the scoop, and this is just all above board professionalism. It's some spicy, messy shit here, and I really want to go over it, so I'm going to show you everything. Real quick, though, I want to make a mention of something that people keep bringing up on stream, so I'm just going to talk about it real quick in this video. There is a Spotify page called Penguin Z0. There's also one for Moist Critical Gaming, and people have stumbled upon it, and a lot of people believe that this is some bad actor nefariously re-uploading all of my shit over there. I just want to make it clear, it's me. Well, actually, Aaron. Aaron was the one that's just been uploading on Spotify. Now it's another friend of ours that does it, but it is actually us doing that because there's no reason not to do that, especially because of that exploit I talked about a while ago, where there were some bad actors that would re-upload people's audio clips to Spotify in order to copyright claim their actual YouTube videos. So about a year ago, we tried to just get ahead of that when that was starting to pop off, and we just started uploading my full videos over there. So don't panic. It's no one doing anything sketchy. It's just us re-uploading all the content over there, just for the sake of safety. And again, there's really no reason not to. So I guess also shouting out the Spotify here. If you have Spotify and prefer to watch or listen to things over there,
Apple Music
videos are available there too. Anyway, let's now dive into the spaghetti and the meatballs here. Diana and Mike were spotted at a...
Ah, look at how romantic that looks. Now, if only they would tell their husbands and wives about it. All right, what am I doing? I did not put much onto that shot. Oh my goodness. I barely hit that. Oh, is this a 1-by-1 game? Oh, okay. One shot after another.
Luxury hotel a couple weekends ago, and they spent quite...
Charlie has a podcast now, says Runagaroos. Good for them.
A bit of time together, so
he can do no
picture
wrong.
Of them holding hands, and then here's them hugging on that same like rooftop area,
it's so
looking
romantic.
out at the mountains and all of the beautiful green scenery out there. There's also photos of them in the hot tub together and by the pool together, and it's only ever just the two of them. It looks like your fantasy fairy tale vacation getaway. It honestly looks like they're on their honeymoon right now.
Yeah.
And obviously this kind of was a big deal because they are both married to other people. And Diana in particular has been kind of vocal, dunking on her husband over the years. She actually got a bit of a reputation for clowning on him and seemingly like belittling him publicly in front of the whole world to kind of point and laugh at her husband.
To address this, it happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Rossini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Oh, what the heck?
Now this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here.
That's
for
such a
everyone
weird
to
thing
see,
to
so you can
say about
make
your...
some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living. And he said, good luck today, be great on Get Up. So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to.
Why is this lady like the most annoying person I've ever listened to?
Divorced by Christmas.
That is heartbreaking to hear. Imagine you sending a text to the love of your life, like, "Hey, good luck. I know you're gonna kill it today."
Am I wrong? But
and then
was
you
that
come home
like?
and see that she's just
oh
like,
gosh, what I do?
"Yeah, I'm married to someone average. If it was someone beautiful, I'd overpost."
That was like so like unbelievably. I don't want to say cringe, but like just. I guess I could say cringe. It was just very odd. Like, just what an odd way to talk about like your husband. I don't know. On national television. She really is annoying. Pseudo insult. Yeah.
Too.
Very off-putting.
Bro, even just like picturing that's got me going into like a fugue state. Like I'm traveling through space and time. Like that is brutal. That is awful. And then you can see under the video there, that's just a screenshot someone had taken where, again, she just publicly clowns on her husband, where someone made a comment saying, you need a boyfriend, and she says, yeah, I tell that to my husband all the time. Ooh-wee. Jeepers. Like that, I don't know how that just gets played off as like a joke. That's just a terrible thing to say about your life partner, your fucking supposed soulmate that you're married to just publicly being like, yeah, they're average, they're not beautiful or anything. If they were beautiful, I'd probably be posting a lot about them too, but I'm kind of ashamed, so, I throw them into the basement and try and just forget that they exist because they're not...
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's a reason she's no longer at NFL Network, but, yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. I remember her on NFL Network, but I don't remember... I mean, obviously she wasn't like a focal point, because typically on NFL Network your focal point is like the actual players and stuff. Like the former players who played actually typically get all the main looking at. But yeah, I think maybe if this was like an offhand thing, or if this was in side communications, it'd be more like I'd be slightly more like, oh, okay, she's ribbing on her husband. But like, why say that on national television? Oh, no, so this says, I would be hurt if I was with a girl that they clowned on me. Veronica Rose, I wouldn't say anything like that. Partner or friend? Yeah. All right, let's go for a really weak shot here. Come on, be good. Be good. Stay. Oh my goodness. Right in the middle, yo. Super target time. Let's do this. So where is the super target? Oh, I see it. Okay. That looks like a very good shot. Almost. Alright, hold on, y'all. Let's try and... Right. Sorry. Take it away, Moist.
Not beautiful. They're just average.
No,
and then like,
don't get that,
I
Mario.
really need a boyfriend. I keep telling my husband that. Haha.
Oh,
That's
man.
fucked up, man. And I feel like if a guy went out there and said like, oh, my wife, she's a real battle axe. She's not really a looker, so I don't like to post about her. It would be perceived far different than Diana
I'm sorry.
Rossini.
Like, that's incredibly mean. But I'm sorry. But in general, saying somebody's not a looker, I think it's pretty funny. Now, obviously not to say about like your significant other, but I just mean in general. Dude, look who's in first place. Listen, when I make fun of my friends, I go directly to them in my calls with them, not on a broadcast. Well, I think there's a way you can rib on your significant other in public. I think the way she was joking was the problem. Like, it was the joke to be specific. Oh, I think I hit that too hard. Get good. Yes, nice.
He's clowning on her husband has been. I just don't know who hears that and thinks that it's like, ha ha ha, in good fun. I'm sure her husband also really appreciates when he gets insulted on live TV, and not even like playfully insulted, just called average at best. Your wife going out there on TV in front of the whole world, in front of God and anime, and just say like, yeah, my husband's not beautiful, so I don't like to post about him. That's extremely hurtful. Anyway, the point of me showing you this is that in light of these pictures and the story, which we're going to get a little more into the story, it feels believable that she would be unfaithful to her husband because she's made a habit out of publicly belittling him, insulting him, and just point blank saying that she doesn't find him beautiful. It's not like she ever
beat me on the very last shot.
Like, no, actually, my husband is beautiful.
She was like, he got 110. He did beat me on the very last shot.
But I'm average too. We're average together. We're both average in this together. But if he was beautiful, I'd be posting.
And I'm sorry, but like, yeah, like I said, it's not the fact that you're ribbing on your significant other. It's what is being said. Calling your significant other average is a very odd thing to say. Like, if you want to make fun of like your significant other, like, I don't know, like how they like fold the laundry or something, or how they like sleep or something, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that stuff is in play, but like straight up being like, yeah, my significant other's kind of like it's like a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, you know, that's like what the heck, bro? Yeah, it's not flattering, I should say.
Posting about him a lot. So like, it's all good, like it's all fine. Now, in light of this story blowing up, there has been a statement from the Athletic executive editor Steven Ginsburg saying that the photos are misleading and lack essential context. These were public interactions in front of many people. Diana is a premier journalist covering the NFL, and we're proud to have her at the Athletic. Rossini said in her own statement that many reporters in her field interact with sources outside of stadium and work venues, and the photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. So basically they are claiming that there were more people there and this is all just professional. This is something normal that, you know, people in her field interact with sources outside of the stadium, which is
sure as heck did not seem professional or normal to me. I mean, they were straight up holding hands. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when, you know, I mean, I don't make it a habit to go around and holding people's hands that I'm not in a relationship with. That doesn't happen too often.
Very true. That does happen a lot. Sometimes you'll even see them like go hang out at a bar or go out to dinner or something. And that is professional. It's
That's
also
fine.
very different than going to a luxury hotel and holding hands with your source, hugging your source, that kind of thing. Like, that's very different, and they're claiming that there was a group of 6 people with them, but none of the alleged eyewitnesses corroborate that theory, that game theory. According to 3 other eyewitnesses, they told Page 6 that they didn't see Vrabel or Rossini with a group of friends or anything. They said, no, he was with a girl. And the sequence of photographs taken at various points during the day show only the 2 of them. Now, according to a source close to Diana, she was staying at the hotel during a hiking trip with 2 female friends, and Vrabel told Page 6 that they and the coach drove up for the day with another pal and then all drove back to their own hotel some 2 hours away after hanging out. But then I guess Diana and Vrabel were just still left alone there at the hotel after their friends all came through and partied and enjoyed their time together. Like, I guess that's the story. Probably worth mentioning that that hotel they stay at, the Ambiente, prides itself on being a romantic getaway, boasting on its website about the 158 proposals that took place in the thousands of anniversaries and honeymoons that have been celebrated at that hotel.
So the hotel is literally known for being a romantic getaway? Come on. I was born. What's the line? I wasn't born yesterday. It's just like flat out like dishonest. Like if you're straight up cheating, just be like, yeah, I was out cheating. Why the? Oh my goodness. Be good, ball. Be good, ball. Be a good shot. Okay. Come on, Luigi. Be a good shot. Be a good shot. Don't get blown by the wind. Nice. Look at that. Perfect.
Hotel. Like, that seems to be its main shtick. That's the big thing about this location. So it is a little peculiar that this was the hotel where everyone decided, let's go party at the Ambiente together, and then we're all going to leave except for Mike and Diana. You guys can hang out here. We're going to all drive 2 hours back to the other hotel. It's perplexing. It is a very interesting explanation here. Now, personally, even if that is true, I still think them holding hands and hugging and shit is not for the sake of the story and trying to get information out of her source or anything. That goes way above and beyond the Call of Duty there. That is not something reporters, I believe, typically choose to do. It just doesn't really check out. So personally, I'm of the belief that this is scandalous, especially due to Diana's very open book policy on dunking on her husband. It feels like this is something that is very out of line. I don't think this is something that should be happening between a reporter and their source. If this is actually normal, it shouldn't be, because this does feel like it's a romantic getaway between the two of them. I do believe that that's what's happening here. I don't really buy the argument that this is all just normal reporting. I just don't. But I'll go ahead and show you a perspective from someone who does believe that. Another big player in this field.
I don't think we really knew what was going on. Like, that's the first thing. We actually don't know. It's a bunch of still photos. We don't know. And people nowadays jump to conclusions so quickly, myself included. First minute I saw it, I was like, oh, what is she doing, blah, blah. And then I'm like, I don't actually know what was going on. And I talked to a friend of mine, a woman reporter who has been in journalism for a long time, and she's like, I don't want to jump to conclusions either, but it's definitely not smart of her to be in a hot tub at the same time as an NFL coach, so she's covering.
He keeps mentioning the hot tub photos and that it was a bad judgment call to do that. And he's right, that is a bad judgment call to do that. But he also neglects to talk about, like, the much more romantic photos between the two of them, which is the hand holding and the hugging and, like, longingly gazing out at the open scenery out there, that kind of thing, where it looks like they are a couple. So he is focused on, like, the hot tub ones and trying to come up with, like, explanations for how that could be normal for reporting, and I just don't subscribe to that idea at all. He just keeps saying that it wasn't a good idea optics-wise, as opposed to, like, believing something scandalous unfolded.
And I don't disagree. I also think there's a huge double standard. Like, if I were doing a story about Mike Vrabel, let's just say, I was assigned a piece by The Athletic, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna, why don't you hang out with me at the pool today? You can interview me then. And I'm like, great. I hang out with him for the day on the pool.
Bro, is that really where this guy's going? Dude, they were holding hands. They were looking longingly into each other's eyeballs, into each other's ojos, and they were whispering sweet nothing. I don't know. I'm making that up. I don't know about that part. But they were.
And at one point he's like, oh, my back stiffens up. I'm going to go in the hot tub. You want to go in the hot tub? And I'll be like, yeah, I have a bad back, sure. Like, nobody would be like, reporter Jeff Pearlman has cozy relationship with Mike Vrabel. It is a woman thing. And it is unfair, but a reality for women reporters that they really have to be, it's unfair, but cautious.
That example completely falls apart, though, when you look at the other photos of them together. Jeff, if there were photos of you and Vrabel hanging out by the pool, fucking drinking brewskis, you know, giggling, whatever, and then going into the hot tub, just hanging out, you know, posting up just two bros being dudes, that's one thing. And you're right, no one's going to be like, Mike and Jeff here are canoodling. But if there are then also photos of the two of you holding hands and maybe you nuzzling your head onto his chest as he's embracing you tightly with a big hug,
that's what I'm saying.
like in the photos of him and Diana, then there definitely would be people that are saying you have a very cozy relationship with Mike. This feels as though it is something more romantic as opposed to professional. 1000%, Jeff. That would absolutely happen. Because there's no way of explaining why you'd be holding hands and hugging each other. What? Did Mike's hands start cramping up so you were massaging them? Is that why they were holding hands? His hands just, they were cold, so they needed some body heat? Or what about like the big hug? Was this like an action shot and Mike had stumbled over, he slipped on a banana peel and was falling, so he grabbed on to Diana and the two just ended up like hugging in order to balance out Mike? I doubt it. There's no real explanation for that other than just being cozy, Jeff.
When writing about, in particular, men, and like, if I was doing a Sean McVay profile and Sean McVay was like, why don't we just meet and we'll just go out to dinner and grab a bite? I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, sure. But if a woman reporter is seen with Mike Vrabel out at a restaurant, you could easily see, page 6, photos of Mike Vrabel with this reporter. Is this an affair? What is this?
I don't really think that example works all that well because reporters going out to dinner with the person they're interviewing is already normalized for both men and women. And yes, there definitely will be some people that make the assumption like, oh, this celebrity was with this reporter at dinner by candlelight, thus they must be dating, this must be some kind of, you know, big nefarious affair. But that's a much bigger assumption to make. Like, that one is more of a leap because that is something that does actively happen often with both men and women reporters. What doesn't happen often is what we're seeing here with Diana and Mike, with the holding hands, hugging, that kind of thing, at a resort known for like honeymoons and getaways and proposals and stuff like that. A romantic resort getaway where it is only the two of them that are seen. The other people, there's no evidence that they were actually there, at least not from everything that's available at this moment, other than people claiming that they were there, like the individuals claiming that they were there. None of the eyewitnesses note that there was anyone besides the two of them. That is much different than just going to dinner with your source.
So it's just such a painful double standard. Another thing is she has a very long, high-quality reputation. And I'm just not willing to jump on the, oh, there was something nefarious going on here. They're having an affair. They're having a scandal, blah, blah, blah. I'm just not there. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Why don't you go ask
taking a bunch of photos.
Go ask their husband and wives. I mean, it's that simple.
Jumping all over it.
It's not about what
video,
you think,
I guess, maybe,
buddy.
if one of them admitted it, if the spouse, blah, blah, blah. I just don't know. Now, all that being said, is it...
Yeah, I mean, who cares what this guy thinks? Who are you? Their spouses are the ones you need to go talk to. I'm just saying what it looked like to me.
Smart of her to go in a hot tub with an NFL coach. I know it's unfair, but no.
Again, he is so fixated on just the hot tub photo. I don't know if that's all he saw is like the pool and hot tub photo and he didn't see the others. I really don't know, but that's not like the most telling one, I would argue. Again, it's very possible they're not having an affair, but this behavior is certainly not professional, and it is very weird to be acting this way with your source. Anyway, I'm sure there will be additional information on the relationship between these two, and I'm going to keep paying attention to it because I'm actually pretty interested to see how it all unfolds here. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Okay, well, there wasn't... I actually thought there was a lot less there than even I expected. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Who was that guy? I don't even know who that guy was that was like he was just some other reporter or somebody that was there or something like that. But ultimately, based on those pictures, he's guilty. Throw him in the slammer. No, I'm kidding. I mean, am I wrong? Like, were the pictures where this was the vibe? Those two were giving off not weird and oddly romantic. They were at like a romantic based hotel that touts how many marriages and relationships that get started there. I don't know. Weird. Definitely a weird story. And again, as I was saying before, like, I feel like you can't have a true grasp on what's going on until you talk to the husband and the wife to see what they think. I guess their family's opinions are the only thing that really truly matter. It is a big deal though. Like I said, Mike Vrabel, him and the Patriots were just in the Super Bowl, so, and he's in his second year with the team. All right, y'all. So on to our second video. So this one's gonna, or the final video that I got for now. I've got Kirsch visits the Keno Casino versus quartering drama. So we're gonna be watching some drama that's gonna be covered from someone named Alyssa Clips. Now, the main center point of this drama is between someone named The Quartering and these two guys in their podcast or YouTube channel, Keno Casino. Now, I will readily admit, I do not like The Quartering. I have known about him for a little bit. I think I've mainly got turned on to him, or I became aware of him through H3H3 or their podcast. Very weird dude, very odd. Apparently likes to pee in his basement. Okay, that was a meme that was with the podcast. But just a very weird guy, very like super politically driven. All of his YouTube channels or all of his YouTube videos are always politically driven. I think I saw he puts out like 3-4 videos a day, which they're like crappily edited and they're all talking about dumb crap. His thumbnails all look like they're like AI created, so I wouldn't recommend. Go check out The Quartering if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but I have been turned on to Keno Casino. I have learned about them recently. They seem to be funny. I like their content. It's very I wouldn't say obscene, but it's very. They can be a little much at times. I do like them for a spell. They're kind of funny and they just joke around and rib people constantly. I guess you could compare them to someone like H3 a little bit, but yeah, there's a big drama there where I believe The Quartering has been like copyright claiming some videos or doing copyright takedowns of some stuff. So let's see Alyssa Clips. So we're gonna let Alyssa Clips explain this drama. I've never even heard of Alyssa Clips. I saw her video and I figured, let's just check her out. Let's give her a chance. I like watching other creators. Take it away, Alyssa.
I haven't seen a single super chat about it, but we anticipated people bringing it up, and I have absolutely no idea what the is going on with like The Quartering at the moment.
Oh my goodness, what is that accent? Is that New York? That's got to be a New York accent. New York, is that, or is that maybe Massachusetts?
I've seen a bunch of tweets, and so everything I've surmised is The Quartering has a bull, and the bull was also a mod in his Discord. I don't know. Is the bull real, or is this like a cuck joke? I genuinely have no idea.
Okay, so she's already oh my gosh, I might land in that explosion zone. Oh no. So what she's talking about is she's talking about a joke that Keno Casino and them have been talking about with mainly they like throwing around calling people cucks and saying that there's bulls with some people and their wives. Again, they're very, I like them, but they can be kind of raunchy and a little grotesque with some of their humor. They mainly, I think I learned about them mainly through the iDubbbz and Anissa drama because they were kind of involved with that somehow. And then now they're over here kind of doing a little bit of the same stuff with The Quartering, but he seems to have more of a legit, I don't want to say the Quartering, I mean, they have a legit gripe with The Quartering for what he's kind of doing with them. Be a good shot. Be a good shot. But yeah.
And then I guess because they were joking about him having a bull and being a cuck, he decided, I'm going to take down your YouTube channel. And I was like, well...
Oh, well, okay, so I lost my trail of thought. Yeah, with Kino Casino, like I said, they were saying that Anissa has a bowl that she likes on the side, and that Ian's a cuck, and all of that stuff. So, again, very old-style YouTube criticism. And I guess they're kind of doing the same thing here with, oh no, don't knock me off. Dang it. They're kind of doing the same thing as it appears here with the quartering and his wife.
Well, that seems kind of excessive. Like, I don't, what the and...
Of which, so she was saying immediately, she's like, oh, I don't know what's real. Is there really a bowl? No, I mean... Not actually, they're just kind of ribbing.
So now they're in some sort of weird autism slap fight that I can't possibly figure out what's happening. So we're gonna watch an animation that I've been linked, apparently. We're gonna watch this and see if we can divine what the f is happening. You know a little lore about it, but how much is gossip and how much is true, you know not? Yeah, exactly, I have no f***ing idea. What you're aware of is he was scrolling Twitter on stream and he was following a cuck porn account, and that thing about the bull he's friends with, I said.
I'm trying to figure out what her accent
right?
is.
Because, like, I had weird groypers being like, oh my god, Kirshov fucks black men because she follows this one account that does interracial hentai.
I think it's like
I follow thousands of artists, brother. Like, I'm a VTuber. What are we doing here? It's like, just because I like one thing the artist does, feet, doesn't mean I like everything they do. Remember when Coco watched a quartering video on stream? That was an insane crossover. I actually don't remember that, which is super ironic. A full circle moment because the quartering is the one who took Jack Murphy, the cuck, down. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the Follow does not equal fug in bio, true. You love when T-Man randomly pops into your timeline shitting on the quartering's coffee business.
This whole VTuber thing, I gotta say, is just so odd. Why am I playing so badly? I've been getting my butt whooped every round in this game, and I don't even have it on the hardest difficulty. Yeah, I gotta, like I said, VTubers is something I gotta get used to. I haven't, like, gone out of my way to listen to a ton of them. Come on, be a good shot. I need a good shot at some point. Ah, not terrible. Get me there. Get me there. Be a good shot. Be a good shot. No, don't put me in the sand. No, don't use that now. Try and get out of here. Ah, I'm so bad. I'm terrible right now. There's only one VTuber I sort of watch, and that's because she's part of a famous YouTuber crew I watch. Pasta, I think her name is. She's part of the Vanoss crew. Why do I think I've heard of Vanoss? Probably from you guys. You guys have probably brought
his wife over. The porn was forced cream pie, not cuck.
What is she talking about?
Isn't forced cream pie just rape?
Yeah.
What? Why did they have to make it sound so, like, nice and vanilla scented? Why can't people just fuck like normal? That's what I'm saying. If forced cream pie is rape, does that mean leg locking is rape? Is that a forced cream pie? I don't know if that's forced, right?
Leg locking. I think I have heard of leg locking.
Consensual sex, but they don't pull out even though they said they would, or the woman keeps the man from pulling out. Oh, okay, that sounds less egregious. When you say forced cream pie, I was like, is that just raping someone? Like, what? You love when YouTubers that bitch and moan about getting their channels targeted and false striked would go around false striking other channels critical of them.
Not the cream pies is
kind of
weird,
salty, right? Like if
you mean
they're
the oatmeal,
lying,
oatmeal cream pies,
sure,
right?
I could understand like lawyering the.
That's what we're talking about.
But if they're not lying, sucks to suck, bro? Question mark? Like, why bother doing that? Why put yourself in that position of going after people? It makes no sense. Well, let's figure out what the f***'s going on here.
The left is attacking my bowel movements. My toilet is under attack from the woke left.
Definitely tired.
Oh, and I should say, I'll reiterate again. You'll probably hear Kino Casino guys say some pretty crazy and outrageous stuff. Just because I enjoy them from time to time. I am not going to say that everything they say is something I agree with. They're just like two outrageous dudes, and occasionally I watch and enjoy some of their stuff. Now the quartering, in my opinion, he's a totally detestable, like, I would say loser, but I don't know. I don't want to act as though I like any party fully here. I'm covering I'm covering every angle for myself. Why does the internet always use food for nasty terms? I just want to be fat and peace. That's Odin is salty. The only one I see so much on my feed is Doki Bird. Ah. Never heard of them.
He's tired!
He's sleepy! Ever notice how dark and sunken in my eyes are?
We've noticed how dark the bags under your eyes are.
I already have no idea what's happening. Is the quartering the one wearing a UPS uniform? Am I missing lore?
Oh my gosh,
why does this guy look like the fat kid from American Dad? I don't remember his name, but apparently if he's off his meds, he turns into like a murderous psychopath. Because he is. Oh, okay. PPP is morbidly obese and looks like a melting pile of shit. What? What? PPP is pretty fat. That's undeniable, which makes it funny when he screams he's fat at other people. Whenever you guys type PPP, I have no idea what that stands for, so I just think of, like, Pippa saying PPP in a really confused voice.
And I will say, her accent, again, I got nothing against her. That accent is so strong. Goodness gracious. Where am I trying to go here? Can I get this ball up there? Okay, I did. Good. Be a good shot. Be a good shot. Okay, that doesn't totally seem like a bad place to be, although I'm in the rough.
That is Barry. Thank you! I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, we got Barry up.
Oh, but I got
this
stupid bush right in front of me.
So wait, okay.
Sit ball. Sit ball.
I like kind of know what Kino Casino is because so many people have mentioned it here, but I don't think I've ever actually watched it. So this guy,
I guess I should say this might have been a bad choice of video. I thought she was actually delving into it, and she seems like she's like learning about it on the fly, same as me. Which that seems like a bad way to run some content, is to have two people who don't know anything about the subject trying to figure it out at the same time. VTubers tend to either have a strong accent or they specifically sound like a specific way for their content sometimes, says Odin. Her accent it just sounds so like Massachusetts. No, I'd stay away from her low key, says Veronica. Oh, you think I should ditch Alyssa clips like immediately? You don't trust her? You're getting bad vibes? She doesn't seem terrible so far. Come on, be a good shot. Come on, get me on the green. Stop drifting to the left. Okay, I'm on. Not the best shot in the world. Alright, come on. Looks fairly straight. Get in the hole, which is kind of pro ice. Who this chick? Well, lucky you, I am gonna bounce off her video, but that's only mainly because it's like, again, for content's sake. It shouldn't be. I don't trust most VTubers at all. Not that most of them are bad. It's mostly the fan base of those people. I don't want to interact with Sizoda and Salty. Kind of like Nuxtaku. Again, Nuxtaku is probably the biggest one I know, and I was like a kind of a fan of some of his content. Again, but it was mainly through his podcast with Mudahar. I didn't really know about any of the side stuff that he actually did in his solo content, which he ended up getting kind of crazy. I guess he was crazy like the whole time with. Alright, so I'm going to bounce off this video. Appreciate you, Alyssa Clips. I gave your video a like. It's not you, it's me, Alyssa. I just don't think two people trying to learn something at the same time. I thought your video was more you already understood what was happening. Alright, here we go. Here's another video I found. This one's got 8,000 views.
I put on my parents.
So here is someone named Shockmouths. Let's see. We'll bounce around until we find someone who can perfectly explain the quartering Kino Casino drama. Here you go. Don't mess this up, Shockmouths.
I put on my parents'
I gave you a like
bra when I was like a kid. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
Again, like you guys will notice, quartering he is a typical what you would call let me see. Some of their communities are awful, like this one VTuber Vox Akuma, says Skylar Twilight. I've never heard of them. Veronica Rose, blah. The few I like is Iron Mouse, Kenjo, Doki Bird, and Chibi Doki. I have heard of Iron Mouse. Vox, yes, all of these VTubers are great. I've heard of Iron Mouse somewhere. Isn't Iron Mouse like one of the biggest? It's like a huge streamer, I think, so I guess it would make sense to know them. Oh, I was saying, quartering is what you would definitely call a lol cow. He's like your modern, he's like, not modern, he is like a, I was going to say modern, but these folks are still around. People like Keemstar, Boogie, you know, stuff like that. Kenjo.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Shockmouths News, where we take the news that was too long and you didn't read and give it to you straight. The quartering has mentally snapped yet again and taken aim at the Kino Casino boys. For those who don't know the players in this story, in the one corner we have the quartering, who is a YouTuber who uploads daily videos on trending topics. And when I say he uploads daily, I don't mean one video a day. That would be too easy.
Oh, he's gonna tell you how many times quartering uploads videos. Like I was saying, as far as I know, quartering uploads like 3 VODs a day or 2 to 3 VODs a day or something like that, which makes no sense because like, I mean, I guess it does. No, it does make sense. From what I haven't watched any of his VODs, but from what I understand, they're like super poorly edited, super poorly edited, and then he doesn't even like remove mistakes and stuff like that in the edits. So it does make sense that they'd be like that. I might have hit that too hard. Sit ball, be good, Let me putt. Barely. Let's see. Odin Salty says, I remember the burnt peanut won some VTuber reward, and people got so mad about it. To be fair, he probably shouldn't have gotten that award since he isn't truly a VTuber. Well, I mean, he is. I mean, to me, he's a VTuber. Oh, I might have overhit it. Oh, yo. Long bomb.
The quartering uploads up to 5 videos a day, which basically could have just been a stream. It could have been a stream, my guy. In the other corner, we have the Kino Casino boys, who are PP.
So that is, again, that is basically what it seems like he does, quartering, is he essentially records his own stream, where he talks for like an hour or two, and then cuts up everything into 5 videos, and doesn't edit them. Which, at least if you guys ever watch my videos that I upload the highlights for, depending on the length of the video, if it goes on for like longer than 45 minutes or an hour, I won't edit it too much, simply because that would require so much editing. But if I upload a VOD or a short video that lasts somewhere between 5 to 20 minutes, I almost always edit it out, and I remove like dead air, I remove me coughing or sneezing, you know what I mean? Small stuff like that. Yeah, it's a Snapchat filter, but most of the biggest VTubers counted it. Alright, tell you what, I'll be right back. I just gotta refill my drink. Odin Salty says, honestly, who actually uses Snapchat besides teens? I think as soon as I became an adult, I did Snapchat. I only saw teens on there posing with something random like alcohol or saying edgy stuff. Well, not to, you know, to clump everybody all into one category, but like, the one thing as someone who's never really dealt with Snapchat, the one thing I've seen from other content creators and people that are on Snapchat mildly is that, like, to me, it always comes off as like Snapchat is like the worst place for like predators and stuff to be, because of the whole way that a lot of the content and messaging stuff happens. I've just heard that that's like really bad over there, because like, you know, you can send messages and then like they disappear before long or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, good shot. Good shot. Plus, like, Snapchat has given people like crazy money. People like James Charles and stuff. I think he's only like relevant. Well, I think he's still on YouTube, but like that's where a lot of the people that like you've heard of that have like gotten pushed off of other platforms, like David Dobrik and James Charles and stuff. A lot of those people are still on Snapchat because it's kind of a fudged up place, yo. Come on, be good, be good. Actually, hit that tree, hit that tree. Yes. Oh, that might be really good. Oh, it moved faster. Okay, not terrible. I only used to talk to one friend because Insta sucks at messages, says Veronica Rose. Scarlet Twilight. I don't even use Snapchat other than quick messages, but it's mainly Discord. Once in 6 months, Instagram. Be a good putt. Be good. Be good. Ooh. Alright, sorry.
PP and Andy Warski, who stream over on Kick, where they make fun of people and have a good time. One of the people they've been making fun of a lot lately is...
And that guy isn't kidding. That literally is their content strategy, is they just make fun of people and laugh and joke around. So, you know, if you don't like seeing people get made fun of, or if you consider that like hardcore bullying content, then yeah, maybe stay away from them. I don't have a problem with some light ribbing and bullying. Now I want to say I don't agree with bullying, but I don't have a problem with some ribbing of certain people if I feel like they're quite deserving. Be a good shot. Be a good shot. Sit ball. Sit ball. Okay, let's try and make a good putt here. Get in, get in. Yo, let's go. My first Insta had a girl I friended in middle school that I was in some online relationship with during COVID. And then I lost the account, never remembered the password. Uh-oh. That stinks to hear.
This is the Quartering, insinuating that he's a lazy cuck. Quartering didn't like this very much, claiming that this has led to his wife being harassed and that they questioned his friend's integrity. And Quartering then allegedly issued a takedown of a YouTube video on the Kino Casino Clips channel, which was titled "The Quartering's Bull Exposed. Criminal Past and Jeremy agrees to Caleb Hammer review."
I put on my mom's bra when I was like a kid. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
The video has since been reinstated, but the Quartering claims he never issued the takedown in the first place and doesn't know how it happened. We'll be covering that at the end of this video. This video takedown, of course, has had the Barbra Streisand effect, because if this takedown had not happened, then we probably wouldn't be talking about it today. So the Quartering has claimed that he didn't try to take the video down, but what is certain that he has done is said this: "If these clowns keep going after my friends, family, just because they don't like me, totally fine. I will in fact take everything they have."
And I feel like I gotta say, because I did hear about this aspect of the drama, is that the Quartering is mad because he claims that his... Oh no, I wanted that coin. Dang, darn, ding dang you. He claims that his wife is now getting harassment due to the drama, but... Oh no, don't hit the ring. Okay. But the thing I don't understand is the Quartering was saying that his wife is not online. If your wife... And the thing I don't understand is, like, if your wife's not online, then how is she receiving any harassment? Yo, let's go! Off the green. Anyways, don't date people online if you suck at online communications, is Odin. I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, oh, sorry, I just zoned out. That was the thing, again, I was just like, if your wife's not online, then how is she getting harassed? She shouldn't be. If she's not an online figure. You're the one that would be getting harassed, I guess. No, dude.
And never apologize for it. Psycho weirdos are messaging my wife, calling her phone, people harassing my friends, roast me, fine. There used to be a line, "I don't give a fuck what you say about me," but these psycho...
And if you guys don't know, this dude, the Quartering is, like, historically known as a drinker. So that's why, like, a lot of times whenever you see his content or his posts or something like that, it's always just so weird, because, like, it's like... It always comes off that he just, like, had, like, a couple of drinks or something. Be a good shot. Be a good shot. Yo, nice shot. Nice. Yes, I'm finally beating these guys.
Harassing my family, my wife, and my friends. They have no rules, and starting today, neither do I. I never wanted to do any of this. I begged these guys to just chill and only make fun of me. They refused, and so now I have no choice. He then said, "I have reached out privately to both him and PPP. I have reached out via intermediary. All I asked is they leave my family alone. I begged them to be reasonable. I said making fun of me is fine. They refused. They want to continue to harass my wife, family, and friends. First will be their YouTube, which is in violation of ban evasion. Easy takedown. And next will be your kick."
Odin Sati says, "When it comes to drunk content creators, it's either hilarious or very concerning." Again, it's not verified that he is. I hate to throw that on him, but that's the theory, is that, like, anytime you see him, like, either whenever his videos come out or he posts anything, it's just like, it's like normally, like, nonsensical what he's saying.
I literally begged you two to be reasonable. I tried everything. You chose this. All I wanted was to let you guys dunk on me. All their fans justifying making my wife live in terror. I hope you all support them financially because it's your fault they are about to lose 100k a year. In response to this, Andy Warski said, Quartering has admitted to flagging us. He is trying to get us banned on Kick for making fun of him. He claims I am ban evading on YouTube, which I was unbanned earlier this year. The channel is ran by someone else. Also, you bring up your wife daily. Shut the fuck up.
He brings his wife up every show and we always scream, stop bringing her up.
PPP said, even Jarbo clowns on you now, Jeremy. Hang your head in shame, cuckold. And attached is a screenshot from Matt Jarbo. Now, for those who don't remember Matt Jarbo, he was a YouTuber called Mundane Matt, who you may remember, or may not,
no
that
idea.
he would take down videos of YouTubers he didn't like by using the copyright strike function.
I'm sorry, I'm a soy-filled bitch and flag your videos.
So now that you remember who Matt Jarbo is, he said, remember that time you got really sad about Gina Carano having a boyfriend and you were talking about how you'd gladly be her cuck? My point is that no one believes you'll do anything but cry about it in your basement. PPP goes on.
Yeah, if you don't, and also like the quartering, like he's saying, the quartering has like a weird tendency to like hyperfixate on certain like women that he has found like attractive, and he's oddly like open with some of that stuff, considering again he's married. He had something like he mentioned with Gina Carano, and I think he was so gung-ho on her because like that was around the time I think that was going through with all the Disney stuff where Disney removed her from some TV show, some Star Wars TV show or something. So he had like a thing for her and he would post about her all the time. Same thing with is it Brie Larson? Brie Larson, is that the actor from Scott Pilgrim? I think that's her. He had like a weird fascination with her, and I think it was just some weird thing because she's like an annoying, like as a Democrat, she's like an annoying liberal who like has some like weird odd takes and stuff. And there was something about the Brie shed or something that a quartering had built in the back of his yard and was claiming that's what he called it, was his Brie shed, which is very weird. Be a good shot. Booyah. Yeah, he's an oddly like sexualizes a lot of stuff. I gotta say there was an incredible not drama, but there was, it's so embarrassing. I remember a couple of years ago, was crashing out and was so annoyed over some new He-Man kids cartoon, He-Man TV show that was like made for like younger audiences, and he was so mad because I guess one of the female characters, it might have been She-Ra or something, he was so mad because they made, it was She-Ra. It was a She-Ra TV show, not He-Man, which is basically tied to He-Man. But there was this new She-Ra cartoon, and he was mad because in the cartoon they gave her like more realistic, smaller breasts or something, and they weren't like massive gonzangas or something. And he was just like, he just like made posts and videos talking about how stupid it was, and they turned her into a man or something because she had tiny, more normally sized bazookas. I don't know. It's just like, it's like, dude, why are you freaking out over something? I don't know. Bro is a gooner, says Odin. Yes. He's not just a gooner though. He's like a hateful gooner too, which is like just so weird.
Wasn't this shameless? I will now.
Which
never
you
stop.
shouldn't be. You shouldn't be online being a hateful gooner when you're married. You know what I mean? It's like that's just such an odd combo.
Felting you, Jeremy. You genuinely have no power anywhere. You are a cuckold and you won't be doing shit. You are ruining your career and reputation in real time in a drunken spiral. Sober up and seek Christ, buddy. And then PPP posted this screenshot from DMs between Josh Moon and the Quartering, saying, just so people are aware, these are the Mafia Don extortion tactics that the Quartering is now using in private DMs with Josh Moon. You are not a King Hambley. You need to accept that I can call you a cuck on the internet. You have a bull in your house. Pound sand. And then he attached a screenshot of that conversation between Josh Moon and the Quartering. But since he tweeted this yesterday, this entire conversation has been posted onto Kiwi Farms, which we will be reading the entire transcript at the end of this video. But just before we do, one final thing. The Quartering claimed that he was going to go Scorched Earth on Kino Casino on Kick. He did this to a whopping 6 concurrent live viewers, where, spoiler alert, he did not go Scorched Earth.
Chat, does anybody... Oh, I don't even know. Chat's a disaster today. Sorry, guys. It's...
To 6 concurrent. Chat is not broken. He just has no chatters. Oh, gosh. Listen, I appreciate everyone. I would never act like I have, like, a gigantic chat that's, like, flying by, but... I don't consider myself a massive channel, which I guarantee you he would say that about himself. Come on, be a good putt. Ooh, nice. Blasted that one.
You know, some people are some new fans. Got some new fans. And
the Kino Casino boys also streamed today, and they went...
Hold on, I gotta rewind that. The idea of him saying... Hold on. Did you guys not catch that? That was unironically super hilarious.
Fans got.
Look at their chat, and then listen to him say, "We got some new fans." There's no movement. The man's got no motion. That was, dude. That was. I needed that laugh.
I don't even know.
It's perfectly how he, like, I guess maybe it's more the edit, but the fact that they zoom in on the chat and then they zoom in on him saying that right
Chat's
after.
A disaster today. Sorry, guys. It's you know, some people are some new fans. Got some new fans. And
the Kino Casino boys also streamed today, and they went...
Dude, that is so freaking funny. That's like right out of a comedy. We got some new fans today. I learned a bit of Kiwi from the last Chaz time streams, and I'm even like, oh boy, said Skylar. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kiwi's like the Mos Eisley Cantina, you know, with Star Wars. It's like you'll never find a worse hive of scum and villainy type place where it's just like the worst. I mean, I guess you could say that's like Twitter or Twitter. Whatever Twitter's X, Twitter, you could say that's what that is now, but like, yeah, Kiwi Farms has always been like a saloon for like dastardly folk. New members, it's their moms at Skylar Twilight. Dude trying to hype himself up, yeah.
A little bit something like this.
Well, I'm still fucking here, bitch.
Recently, or is it old?
What do you fucking think about that?
Where this, like, I think it was Iran. I don't know.
Over 10,000 watching Kino Casino right now. Actual viewers, Jer.
Dude, they're going at him so hard. Oh my gosh, I almost hit that hole in one. They're going at him so hardcore there. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just blasted that putt. Oh, it's still winning. Good.
Yeah, it was,
But now let's get into these DMs between Josh Moon and the Quartering. But just before we do that, if you've made it this far, why don't you subscribe? Just do it. All right, let's go. The Quartering starts with...
All right, I'll subscribe. Shock mouths. You've convinced me. There you go. There's a sub.
If they don't leave my family out of it, I am going to take everything they have. I'll never apologize for it either. I haven't done any flagging. Their channel is a walking terms of service violation. I know they are ban evading. It would have been way easy to have their channel removed. I haven't done that. I know you're a big mad at me, but if they keep bringing my family into shit, I will act.
Shot. Hit
Josh
that,
responds, I'm not mad at you, and I have no idea why would choose to proceed any statement with such an obviously false and disingenuous...
Dude's trying to hype himself up over Veronica Rose. His new member arrive, turns over a rock. Oh yeah, the classic, like, where's the Where's the new members? Are they in the room with us? Alright, this is going way downhill. Very light putt. I might have put too much on it. Oh, no. Kiwi Farm's got to be one of the circles of hell, man, says Odin Salty. Well, I can't even say. Like, I've never been to Kiwi Farms. It's just what I've seen and heard coming out of there, so I guess I can't really say for sure. Alright, what are we on? The second to last hole? I think I've found a game I love to play while doing these. I love freaking golf games.
Continuous pretense. If you think Triple P is ordering people or even casually implying that people should contact anyone in your family, you're wrong, but I think you know that already. I also think that as a 2-decade veteran of internet communications and someone around during Gamergate, you know by now that the one thing you should never do is give harassment attention. So I'm not sure why you're choosing to do that. The one thing that stands out as a possibility, of course, is that, like Brianna Wu, you're using alleged harassment as pretense for a deplatforming campaign, which would be ridiculous and morally abhorrent. But also, you know that. It sucks because I like Andy, I guess. You're right, I should ignore. He did not ignore. I have tried to reason with them. I think he means tried to reason, but I think he might be drinking. I have tried to reason with them. Now I have no choice but to take everything they have. I hate that because I like Andy. Josh says, nobody can stop you from trying, but the road of lawfare and deplatforming is extremely high risk. Kino Casino is one of the biggest streams on Kick, with probably the highest revenue on the platform.
I literally have not gone in the water yet.
They also do paint by numbers pretty well, and don't really do anything too offensive by today's standards. Their fans are also dedicated. Meanwhile, lawfare can take 5+ years and they can find sympathetic representation at a good rate, while you'll have to find full-priced attorneys. Yeah, man, I get it. I don't blame you at all. Kick CEO already added me back, so we'll see. I never cared about them memeing on me at all.
Hey, Robots there himself said half awake and late. Evening, everyone. What's up,
accidentally
Robot?
sends too early, I guess, and then it took.
You're literally jumping into us on our last, on the last video I had. Phil, maybe we'll watch one more video after this. But this is definitely, I would say, the most entertaining, interesting video of everything so far. Look who won. -9. Let's play again, but we'll change the course. Let's go with... let's do the Mario themed one.
And I get people's viewers will do whatever, but...
Veronica Rose says, no, for real, I'm trying to do the last side quest in Skyward Sword, but this dude greed for this collectible sickens me. Huh.
Now my wife is
Good
literally
luck.
terrified,
I wish the best for you.
To act. I think he means to act. This is like decoding a drunk man's drunk messages. But in between those messages, Moon had said, even doing that road opens you up to scorn and ridicule of the entire internet, so I'm not sure how it's advantageous. You're broadcasting to everyone. This is what, quote, this is what I can't stand and it really bothers me. Please don't do it, unquote. Quartering then says, I hear that. Taking down channels is something I have never wanted to do in 20 years, but I begged them to be reasonable. I honestly didn't know about my friend and his
got
shit.
Some coins.
Lol. I haven't talked to him since.
Made it
I had no idea he was such a degen. Josh says, like, let's put it this way. Let's say you get them deplatformed and then they sue for something like torturous interference. They can call your wife and sell her in as witnesses, and they get 6 hours to depose them under oath. They can also subpoena your tax records. It's not fun. Yeah, I'm not worried about lawfare. My wife supports me, absolutely, and their lies are literal fiction. She's the one that said to do it. I really wish they would have followed the rules. Roast me all you want, but my family is off limits. I don't need to sue to get their YouTube shut down. PPP is ban evading. I don't want to do that. I have not sent a single flag, and I know you will publish all this. Josh says, yeah, buddy. Yeah, but they can sue for that potentially, and then they have no discovery anyways. It's not a one-way street. Also, interesting to note that Josh has been sending the messages, like, he's put lots of thought and effort because it's nowhere near as rapid fire as Jeremy here. Like, bam, 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 Bam! You know when someone does that rapid fire, that they're not really thinking about what they're saying or giving it any thought. It's just...
That's because Jeremy, the quartering, doesn't give any thought into anything he's doing. The man he's like the ultimate reactionary. There is nothing computing in the processor. It's all just immediately getting flown out through the RAM. Nothing's getting processed. I'm gonna try and make this putt. Or not putt. I gotta make this shot. Be a good shot. Be a good shot. Land on the green. Oh, nice. Nice shot. Boom shakalaka.
As soon as it rolls off the tongue, kind of. Josh says, yeah, but they can sue for that, potentially, and then you have Discovery anyways. It's not a one-way street. Jeremy says, you're right, but I am not worried about Discovery at all. That's what they want, but I have nothing to hide. Hell, I offered to give a fat retard nobody financial details. I don't know why I'm even messaging you because I know you'll sell me out anyway. It's just the old internet in me. I used to love Andy and meme culture, but my wife is terrified. Weirdos are messaging her, and she's a normie. As far as I'm aware, by the way,
how
all
are
three of us
weirdos
got
messaging her? Didn't you say she's not online? That's the thing I keep saying is he's like, my wife is in trouble. It's like, dude, you've already said she isn't an online figure. How is she getting on message?
On YouTube after Trump yelled at Google about censorship, so I don't think any of us are ban-evading. I have no choice. I think he just ignored that and kept rapid firing. I have no choice. I hope that's true, to be honest, but their channel is basically full on terms of service violation. How so? I think most of it is probably within the lines, to be honest. Have no idea why their video got flagged, then reinstated. Maybe it was my buddy, but it was public record, so that was odd. I have never seen a video get taken down so fast. So I have no idea what was even in it. That wasn't me. But Eddie over at Kick already added me, and if I want to, I could take their channel. I really don't want to, but I have begged them to be reasonable.
And if you guys can't tell, like, I didn't want to flat out be like, this dude's an alcoholic, but look at how he messages, look at how often he messages, and look at the actual content of the message. It's like, bro is drunk. He's like, he's drunk, or he's dumb, or he's on something. I don't know. This is not how a normal person like communicates things. Come on, be a good shot. That's pin high. No,
interested dealing with this shit, but if my wife gets one more call or text message, I'll burn it all down, and my viewers will support me. I don't know if you're married or with anyone. I still think your coffee review was one of the best. He brings up his... Wait, is he bringing up his coffee review? His coffee brand? Coffee? Jesus Christ, he can't even keep his coffee brand out of a meltdown. Gotta plug it sometime. You've got to get that plug in. You got to sell that coffee. But when you're with someone, if not now, you'll know this. This is no option. I'm not Mundane Matt. My viewers 100% support this. I stand by supporting your site's legal battle either way, Josh. So, like, there are people who don't like PPP, and if you say stuff like, my wife is getting angry messages, so I'm going to attack PPP, you're basically telegraphing to these people that they should fuck with your wife because it will cause problems for two people they don't like at the same time. It's good advice. It's good advice. That's why it's generally recommended you don't say stuff like this that are on the internet in public. Josh, can we agree I can take their Kick and YouTube, right? If I actually wanted to, they would be deplatformed outside of DLive in a week. I don't want that. I just want them to leave my family alone.
Stop,
I don't care
ball.
how many
Goodness.
Jeremy is a cuck videos they
There's
put
no
out.
way that ball
like,
should have rolled
I have
that
a
far.
non-Pajit YouTube rep. Like, you know that, right? One phone call. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, I just realized this quartering being racist. He has a YouTube rep that is not in India. All right. Okay, I have a non-Pajit YouTube.
I have a non-Pajit? Yeah, how's that not... Is that racist? Leave my family alone. I don't care how many Jeremy is a cuck videos they put out. Like, I have a non-Pajit YouTube. Oh, he's saying, listen, dude, I don't have an Indian YouTube rep. My YouTube rep is an American or white man, which means he's an actually good YouTube rep. You guys with your Indian YouTube reps, y'all are terrible. Is that's what that sounds like, right? Be good. Be a good shot. Come on. Sit. He keeps talking about doing it and then like, oh, I don't want to do it though. Says Odin, yeah, because he's a coward. He's a coward.
You know that, right? One phone call, gone. I have endured a lot with literally the tiniest request. I actually think they have an incredible ceiling. They are hilarious. They just have to stay within the terms of service. They don't have many attempts left. They are amazing at this. The show is hilarious. I would literally be promoting it even if they made fun of me. But they don't understand the line. This isn't 2001. At least I will forever know my coffee is better than Pepper's. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes you think something is really easy to deplatform and it ends up being impossible. It's kind of hard to say the fat guy dressed like Peter Cottontail is posing an imminent threat. Lol, yeah, that's true. I just want to remind everybody that Kino Casino today got 10,000 concurrent viewers and Jeremy here got 6. So, I don't know exactly how much pull Jeremy actually has, or if he's been huffing too much of the good stuff. By huffing, I mean guzzling. Guzzling the good stuff. Lol, yeah, that's true. But, like, I don't want to deplatform them. I want to promote them. I don't want to put you in the middle, so I'll leave this here. I still support Kiwi Farms existing and will help any way I can with the legal battle. I appreciate you being open to chatting about it. I never flagged them. I assume it was the normies they were outing. You know, I've been around long enough to know flagging shit is a death sentence. Josh says, yeah, I know, nobody likes a Randall, though. I still don't think they cross any red lines in modern era Kick or even YouTube. I'm just curious why this now, because they've been saying a lot about your relationship behavior with Double M and Hannah Claire for months. I think Double M might be Monday Matt, I'm not sure. What happened in the last week to cause this crisis? Yeah, it's never been an issue until people started spamming my wife. I literally don't care that they make fun of me. Like, her family has seen this shit. Unofficial truce. They delete the videos attacking our marriage. I never mention them again. The more they do it, the more I want to flex my connections to bury them. This is a one-time offer. They can meme on anyone else they want. I don't care if they meme on my friend, who apparently has a questionable past, but this is an exploding offer. If they want to go to war, I will win. I assume all these messages will be public, but yes, that was a good prediction.
Yes, that's a great assumption.
But I like Andy. Just get rid of the videos claiming I let some fuck my wife. And they continue to make 10K a month on YouTube, and I move on. But they continue to spread disgusting lies about my family, and I have no choice to react. It's time for them to make a business decision. This is a win-win. I can burn it all down. Lol. I have 5 years guaranteed salary at Rumble. If they bulk, that's not on you, and I still support Kiwi Farms. Broker the ceasefire and everyone wins, lol. Josh says, I don't know why they would accept that, though. If someone made that same offer to you, would you take it?
Holy
hey, that's cool. It's not your job to broker it. Any retard who has been as banned as much as both of them have would, if they are smart. But none of this reflects on you. It's all good. I wish you the best.
Bro is declaring war like a president, lol, says Odin Salty? Yeah. He's just very annoying. He's super childish about things. He thinks he has more pull and power than he does. You know, they always say, you can always tell when someone truly is, I'll be nice, truly not intelligent, because most of the time, people who are not that intelligent don't know that they are not that intelligent. And it's like blatantly obvious this guy is not too bright. Oh gosh, where do I want to hit this? Okay, I got max power out of that shot. We're gonna try and bounce off these rocks. Oh, no. I'm not going to even hit the rock, am I? That's all sand. Alright, rock, help me. Good bounce. Oh, no, too much bounce. Sit.
I'm just saying, I've received offers like that, and my answer has always been no. I don't like it when people try to dictate what I or my forum can and cannot say. I'll let him know, though. Jeremy then says, yeah, I get it. I know we have our differences, and this is all outside of that. I wish you the best, and support Kiwi Farms either way. Tomorrow at noon, I'm going public on everything. Not this conversation, though.
Oh, no, not public on everything.
Don't even worry about it. I'ma handle it tomorrow, smiley face. I did send the offer to him, but he feels it's an extortion effort. I'll be watching the stream on Monday. So then after one of these pages, PPP posted, which then sent Jeremy a little more crazy. I saw PPP decided to just put out the DMs, which is fine. I expected it, but if they are not interested in being civil, there really isn't any reason in giving the time of day. If I had known you were going to feature it, I would have and should have told you. My bad. I sent him the portion of the DM that contained your offer, like you asked, but I did send him the full conversation because I feel like you're outlining an extortion scheme. I was asking about your plans in the chat and ignored that, plus my DM on Twitter. I saw in your stream you had no unread messages, so I know you saw it. You just thought you'd let me advertise your stream for you to talk about Iran half-heartedly. I don't appreciate that. So, for those as well who have no idea who the Quartering is, lately he has been going all in on the Iran war. He wants war with Iran, and he is supporting Trump in Trump's efforts against Iran. And that's basically all that he streamed today, was him saying, about the Iran war.
Maybe it wasn't Iran. It was some like state media outlet. I really want to find the clip because it's hilarious.
Recently, or is it old?
That's got to be such fascinating content, seeing a nincompoop like the Quartering give his opinion on war. I don't know how far this is gonna go. That was a terrible shot. Terrible decision. Awful decision. I thought that shot was gonna go like way out there. Oh, this is it's impossible to know where that's gonna go. Sit.
Didn't really talk about Kino Casino at all, despite him bragging that he was going to go Scorched Earth. You're on a bridge burning and mistake making spree that reminds me of Rakita by the numbers. I don't feel like anything I say will help at this point, and since you're threatening litigation, it's probably not a good idea to say much more. And that's where the story ends, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it for the news today. Once again, if you're new around here, click the...
Well, thank you so much, Shock Mouths, for your video. Like I said, I was kind of curious about this. Not necessarily that I give a crap about the Quartering. He's kind of somebody who, like... I want to say he's fallen off, but it's like, I don't understand how he ever even got to the position where he was at. But, I don't know. Good on you, Kino Casino. You guys are problematic, but I still enjoy your content, so... That's not a full endorsement from ChazmaN, but I like Kino Casino. Why is my camera? Am I blocked off? There we go. Alright, so if you guys want, let me fish around. Maybe I can find one more video. Let's see what we can find here. What do we got? What do we got? Anything that looks like it could be interesting. Oh, I forget to mention, of course, you guys, if you have any topics or videos or anything you want me to check out, feel free to throw it in the Discord or in the YouTube chat or in this stream chat. I would be glad to check out whatever you guys got. Because it's looking like I got nothing else for now. Gosh, I don't see anything. I said this earlier, but new trailer for the new Punisher? I'm not particularly interested, but I'll take a look. Oh, it's Bernthal. He's back for Punisher. I just tell you, like, I'm just so over Disney stuff. See how it is.
Hey, Frank.
Frank Castle.
How you doing, brother?
I think I watched the original one that was on Netflix. Punisher. I don't know, I just saw it on my page as own salty.
Tell me what's going on. What's going on?
Oh, his old buddy from... I think that was his buddy.
Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done?
Oh, let's see. Odin Salty says, yeah, Disney mostly sucks, but some of the writers still make good stuff. It depends. Like, I will still stick to it. Like, the best thing I've seen from Disney at any point I've seen in modern times for me, I would say, is Andor. Andor far and away is like the best anything Star Wars or Disney in particular has put out. And it's not even close, in my opinion. That's like a fantastic show.
I'm not sure about me. But you ain't got a fucking chance.
Looks fairly interesting. Loki had some cool stuff overall. Oh, that was another show I never got to watch. My buddy Phoenix from the channel, he actually recommended I watch Loki at some point. He said that show actually got very good. Actually, I forgot. No, there is another thing I did like from Disney. I really liked WandaVision. Okay, so you guys are reminding me of a couple things I have liked. I did like I really liked WandaVision. I didn't think it ended like super fantastic, but for the most part, that show throughout was very good. I really liked WandaVision. So Andor, WandaVision, and I still need to watch Loki. I legitimately heard good things about Loki. Interesting. I'm still curious about why they went and got Bernthal. Like, I personally was a huge fan of Thomas Jane. I think Thomas Jane is probably my favorite Punisher. If you don't remember, he was in that one. I think he was in. Technically, it might have been the first Punisher movie because there was another Punisher movie that came out after that one. And that movie, I don't think many people went out and watched that one. But I really liked the Thomas Jane Punisher movie. That one's very good. That's the one with Kevin Nash, the wrestler that's in it. Oh shoot, I'm just realizing I didn't have that on screen, did I? Were you guys watching that with me? Oh, I did have it on screen. I just removed it. Okay, good. I was gonna say, did I just play that and there was nothing? Let's go see. Anything else? Any other videos that pop out at me? Let's see. Apparently they did a Punisher game a long time ago. I didn't know until I saw it on the Oni Plays channel. Yeah, I think I heard about that. I don't remember what console that might have been on. Probably like, is that 360 era, maybe? Who do we got? All right, well, we may be done for tonight. I'm not seeing anything else. Anything else crazy? Well, all right, y'all. I think I am gonna call it for tonight. What's that? A 2-hour, 20-minute stream? That is not too bad. Not too shabby. Let me go ahead and get this out of here. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's about all I got for tonight. I should say thank you so much, everyone, for joining again for another round of ChazmaN Live. So don't forget, definitely check out the live channel. I'll definitely put out maybe 1 or 2 of the highlights from this. And check out any other short form content I got going on. So what do we got going for tomorrow? So what's today? It's Thursday, tomorrow Friday. So don't forget, we're going to be, I'm excited, getting back to Super Meat Boy tomorrow night. Nice. And then Saturday, we're going to be getting back to, what game did we start recently? Oh, Cyberpunk. That's right. So more Cyberpunk on Saturday. I should say, I remember I mentioned it to you guys, I'm going to be changing up the wait screen, or my little break screen that I typically have on screen whenever I'm, away for a minute. I'm going to try and do that Saturday. That shouldn't take terribly long for me to do. But yeah, again, try and find a way of making it a little more entertaining for you guys when we're on break or something. Yeah, I couldn't find anything super juicy this is Odin. Nice. I'm ready to work on some, I need to work on a YouTube short before the night's over at least, so. But yeah, so that's what I got going on. And then Sunday, don't forget Sunday, break day, as per usual. Man, I'm tired. Real quick, shout out to the Patreon backers. We've got Scarlet Twilight 128, Matthew Biocrash, and Tim. Really appreciate all of y'all. And then in the YouTube chat, we had Veronica Rose, Robot Slayer himself, Skylar Twilight, and Odin Salty. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you guys are still, if anyone ever still wants to join us for our Discord, our Anime Wednesdays that we've been doing, we just watched a boatload of episodes of Attack on Titan Season 4, and it feels like we're either halfway or just over halfway with that. I don't know. If anybody out there is interested in seeing that, go check it out. I've been having a very good time with Attack on Titan. It's a very good and fun show. I'm enjoying the heck of it. I tell you, back-to-back shows going from Berserk to Attack on Titan, 2 very good shows, I would say, for selection. I actually feel like y'all in the chat, we should probably in the Discord start talking about what show we'll move on to next after that. Maybe next Wednesday when we finish or come close to finishing Attack on Titan, maybe we can throw some about some ideas around on what we're gonna watch following that. I'm open to anything. I could watch whatever. If you guys wanted to start watching something, I mean, if you left it up to me to choose, I would probably just choose to watch something that I love that I already know is a go-to for me. I don't know, probably like Full Metal Alchemist or something like that. I typically like stuff like that. You know, you guys can tell I typically like more shonen or stuff like kind of crazy. I don't know. I really want to see you guys watch some One Punch Man next, says Odin. I would be open to that. That's only 1 or 2 seasons, right? That's not a terribly long show. That's probably a good. That could be a good selection. Something too serious, just a fun whatever kind of show. How are we feeling with season 4 so far, says Scarlet Twilight? I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I think it's pretty darn good. Again, my one worry is that maybe the ending is going to be a little bit too predictable. But with what's kind of we kind of see that's happening now, I'm hoping maybe there's a slight curveball that the show throws at us. But it's 3 seasons, says Odin is Salty. Yeah. We'll hash it out next Wednesday and figure it out. But that could definitely be one on our list. Maybe we can do a poll or something. I'm open to watch anything, you know. Again, some of my go-to stuff is like I've seen before is Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, uh, Gurren Lagann is like always a go-to for me. Stuff like that. And there's other, I don't know. We'll see. Eventually, maybe we'll have to start something big, right? Like what are some of the longer shows? Like obviously you have like the One Pieces and stuff, but did Evangelion go on forever? That's a show I've always been wanting to watch. I just never got around to watching it. Can't wait to see, said Veronica Rose. I agree. All right, y'all. Well, I think that's it. Like I said, tune in tomorrow night. More Super Meat Boy. I'm stoked for that. Super curious to see how much more I get my butt whipped in that game. I was getting really beat around that last stream. It was fun though. Super fun game. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Adios, everyone. One Piece is long, says Robots. Oh yeah, One Piece is like ridiculous. Obviously, we're not binge watching Naruto. Eventually, I mean, maybe we could. I mean, I've watched a lot of Naruto, but I don't think I never finished it. How far into Naruto did I get? I think I got maybe up to seasons 4 or 5. And I think that's when I about fell off with something like that. There's a lot of shows I've really been wanting to see. Like, again, Evangelion. I've never watched Baki the Grappler. That's one I've always wanted to check out. We could try something that's as weird as like Inuyasha. I've never seen Inuyasha, and I don't know if Inuyasha is actually any good. I remember Inuyasha was a show that like at the time when it came out, everyone talked about and liked, or it was more like it felt more like it was like the girls that talked about it, and then like that show feels like it doesn't feel like anybody talks about that show anymore. Like I definitely feel like that show didn't have like the same legs as other stuff. Like people still remember like Sailor Moon and Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff, but yeah, something like Inuyasha, like that is like something no one ever like mentions. My favorite anime is Family Guy. My favorite anime is Cory in the House. It's the best. My favorite anime is Star Wars. It's the ultimate. All right, y'all. I'm just messing around now. Love you. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.